What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Canadian Guy here, and we are back. Now, give me but a moment, and we're going to finish getting set up. How are you guys all doing tonight? We are back, excusez-moi, with Epic Micky Rebrushed. So, there we go. So, while I'm sharing this, I can't quite see exactly what's going on over on chat, because right now I'm just setting up the alerts. But having said that, I just want to quickly talk with you guys and let you know that I've recorded the video that I announced both on my server and in the community tab, because sorry, got lost in translation there. Because that video that I just recorded is huge. It's big. In size, in meaning, and everything, in any way of the word. One second. Rebrushed. It's been a big deal, the video that I just finished recording. I think it's pretty big. There's a lot of information. I'm not going to be teasing all the information that's in there, but I will say that thus far, all the information that I've spoken about explicitly in that video has not been... My voice audio is way too low. No problem. We can adjust that. Give me a second. We can fix. Let me switch to the full screen just for 1 second, because I do have some sensitive things out, and I don't want to necessarily show that quite yet, because there are some stuff that is very interesting. Today has been an interesting day, I'll be honest with you. Where do I even begin? Well, I can start with the fact that oh, sorry, let me try this. Check 1 2. Check 1 2. Oh geez, that cranked that up right up. That cranked right up, didn't it? Can you guys hear me better now? If I really wanted to, I could go like, I could just, oh, no, that was bad. I could see that was bad. I can see that was no, whatever that was, whatever that setting was, let's not go back there ever again. I saw red, bad. That's all I saw. So let's try that. I think that's, there we go. Okay. Oops. That was not the intention. The intention was not to go upon deaf ears of the little children, not to spare the children. And I didn't even say anything loud. I was just like, hey. And it was like, death. Okay. We should be better now. I'm sorry. That was not intentional. Okay, so I sent that alert. Okay. Almost done. I promise you we were all set up and mostly ready to go. But that video, to give you an idea, that video raw is not even close to like the final, but that video raw was 34 minutes long, right? So that could go down to 26, 25 minutes in and around there. That's before we do jokes and intros, outros or whatnot. So that video could be a 26, 27. That could almost be a full feature length, like, TV show, half-hour segment, because and genuinely, because there is so much information. And the funniest part was that I cut the information down, because what I'm going to be doing is that it's a Crash and Spyro video. And hold on, almost done. It's a Crash and Spyro video, and because it's a Crash and Spyro video, Rent. We'll do this real quick. There we go. Well, we hit the donation goal last month. So let's see if we can hit the donation goal this month again, because that was awesome. That was incredible and helped us a lot. Thank you. There is also a little bit of activity going on as we speak in regards to, which, by the way, thank you so much, Elena, for being a member for 40 months. Thank you so much. I saw that. Was just in the middle of getting something set up. But here is something that's interesting. The Crash and Spyro websites have been updated, both at the same time, and essentially what this means is that and they've been updated with a new copyright, which basically just signifies that, hey, things are going to continue. 2026 for Spyro, so that's been done. Yep, this is happening as we speak. And trust me, you see this and you're like, oh, something's brewing. Wait till you see my video next week. You're gonna have a fit. But there's something else. There's something else that's interesting that I'm very curious about, and that is the fact that Crash Bandicoot. Oh, come on! Why are you doing this? Come on. Visit site. Okay, you're gonna be a butt now. You're gonna be a butt. Hold on. That's better. And for this one is, again, Crash Bandicoot 2026 update, but I really want you guys to focus in on something. So the first words for each is Activision and Activision, right? And then for Spyro, it was Spyro, Spyro Reignited Trilogy, Spyro the Dragon, Spyro 2 Rippless Rage, and Spyro Year of the Dragon are trademarks, blah, 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 right? Which checks out, you know, Spyro, that's the general thing. Spyro Reignited Trilogy, that's the most recent remake. Spyro the Dragon, it's Spyro 1, Spyro 2, and Spyro 3. Okay, what's the problem? We go over to Crash Bandicoot. The first one is Activision, and then what's the following thing? It's Crash Team Racing. And then CTR. And my question is why is CTR and Crash Team Racing front-loaded on the copyright here? It's front-loaded. It's first. It's not in order. You would think it'd be Crash Bandicoot, then Crash, and then... And also, where's Insane? That's a good question. But why is Crash Team Racing and CTR front-loaded? It's interesting. Am I saying that means anything? This specific thing? No. Does this mean that, hey, Alpha Dude has been a member for 26 months. Hello, CG. Hope all is well. All is well. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate it. Thank you. We'll get to the game in a second. What's the conspiracy of the evening? That both Crash Bandicoot and Spyro websites have been updated. Right? They pulled it down. So at the moment... All right, so how's the audio balance? Is something too loud and something else too quiet? Let me know, and we can adjust, and we can make things different. So, and I'm going to make note here. I'm not going to sit here. It means something. It would mean something if there's other evidence, which there is other evidence of, which I will be talking more about hopefully early next week. I'm hoping Tuesday. LB Ghost, I don't know why you keep coming in the streams, and whenever I talk about Crash and Spyro, you get angry. You know what's going to happen. Like, at this point, you're stepping on a rake and hitting yourself in the head and then saying, ow, why did it hurt? Why does the guy who talks about Crash and Spyro talking about Crash and Spyro? Let me go back to his stream again and point that out. Step on a rake. Ow. I mean, voice is a little soft. We can turn that up a little bit. There we go. Ronald donated $5 through Super Chat. Thank you so much. First donation of the stream. Man, it's Crash's 30th anniversary, Spyro's 20th anniversary, and Okami's 20th anniversary, all in one this year. It's a good year for our nostalgic pals. Yes, it is. What's with the attitude? I could ask the same question to you, my friend. I could ask you the exact same question. What is with the attitude? So, give me a minute here to just get my bearings again as to how to play this game, because it's been... But, it's... It's interesting. It is very interesting, and I am... And by the way, thank you so much for the $5. I appreciate that. It is a very good year. I think this year is going to be a very, very good year. Could they be including CTR stuff in the 30th anniversary? That's possible. That is possible. There's... You see, this is what I mean, is that all I'm stating... I'm not sitting here and stating, oh, it means new game. It could... But I'm also stating it also could be activity. Is it still a little quiet? No problem. Oh, maybe because I turned up the wrong thing. Whoops. Let me try this. How's that? Is that a little bit better? It's also Jax. You see, unfortunately, you know, Jak and Daxter has been abandoned by PlayStation apparently, because goodness me, I don't know what is going on with Sony and Jak and Daxter. I don't get it. I don't get it, and I don't know why they're... I don't get it. I still don't get Sly Cooper. But Jak and Daxter is just been, like, basically full-blown abandoned, which is wild to me, especially with the other platformers that are starting to get remade and come back, that PlayStation doesn't sit there and think, you know, let's be cheap and let's remake Jak and Daxter in HD quality. Let's be cheap and do that, and then, you know, make a bunch of money. Because right now, they got nothing. Like, right now, Sony has not been releasing much. Sony has been filling their britches to the seams with nothing. Like, there's... And we know why, because they canceled a bunch of projects because they were all live service and they realized this is a bad idea. But this is why you have these smaller scope projects that could be marketed to being bigger, because when times like this happen, you have things that you can fall back on that you know will make money and you won't cost you a lot of money. And also make people feel like, hey, look, they got an active library again. But they don't. And I don't get it. I've been keeping an eye on Rayman, and I'm going to say this. I'm going to say this. Okay? I'm going to say this with Rayman. Rayman fans, y'all, I would consider myself an adjacent Rayman fan. I'm not going to sit here and be like, I adore and love Rayman to the ends of the earth. I'm not. I'm not going to say that because that's not true. But I will say is I I've learned to appreciate Rayman. I like Rayman. I haven't played every Rayman. If they turn around and they say the words Rayman and the same word as Legends in the same sentence, okay? Every person, I don't care if it's Rayman Legends 3. I don't care if it's Rayman Legends 3D. I don't care if it's Rayman Legends Rebuilt, Remake, Redo, Recollection, Rayman Legends, whatever. If it says Rayman and Legends in the same sentence, an iron boot needs to be lined up and hit square in the groin for every person that decided to go with that decision. Every single one. Okay? Man, woman, child, they, them, don't matter. In square in the groin. Square in the groin. Because if they make one more rehash of Rayman Legends anything, okay, I would be livid. How many times has Rayman Legends been remade, redone, re-released, ported, updated, definitive edition, this edition, that edition? Oh my gosh, if I was a diehard Rayman fan and the next game says Rayman Legends anything, I am going to scream. See, Oswald made it like it was... Oh. Well, with a few changes. But Oswald. But that's not far from the truth. That actually is more true than anything. It's a nice likeness, though, isn't it? Sure. So, I don't understand why Ubisoft is just so blind. They are so blind at all the things that, you know, we have yelled and screamed about that we want, and they don't do it. It's almost intentional at this point. It feels like it's intentional. Like, there's no way you could be that daft. There isn't. There is no way. Because once in a while, Ubisoft walks around and cranks something out of the park in terms of quality. They turn around and once in a while, they hit you with a sleeper hit. You're like, whoa, they did really good here. And then proceed to drop the ball again. And I just can't grasp it. I don't understand it. I don't get it. Like this Prince of Persia fumble. How did that happen? I don't know how. How do you fumble a remake? How do you fumble a remake? The story is already said. The concept is already there. It's already done. How do you fumble a remake? What? It's like, hey, here's a recipe with the exact measurements for what you need to do, and here's the area where you can have fun with it, and they decide to throw a stick of TNT in there and blow it to pieces. And you're like, no, you don't do that. Not dropping a stick of TNT right into the batter and detonating it. I don't get it. No, I feel guilty for laughing at this. I feel guilty for saying it. How do you... like, look. We literally now have... Okay, I'm going to go on a rant here for a second. So parlay me a moment. I'm sorry, Epic Mickey fans, but parlay me a moment here to be able to get my thoughts out and clear and rantified here. Let me ask you something, okay? Genuinely, okay? And again, pardon my rant for a moment, but I am going to rant for a second. How do you fumble it, okay? Because we have had over a decade of this exact marketing, exact thing happening. How do you screw it up? What do I mean by that? Okay. We literally had Crash Bandicoot Insane come out in 2017. Okay. Sorry, 9 years. My apologies. Okay. Then, not only that, we then got Spyro. And then you can keep adding to the list. We had gotten Mario games. We have gotten Klonoa. Medieval. Medieval did it. How many mascot-esque platformers have we seen come back? How many have we seen recreated, redone, reset up, okay? And they follow the same scheme and they land it 70% of the time, every time. All of these remakes that come out are landing and getting at the bottom of the barrel 7 out of 10. At the bottom of the barrel, that's the bottom. That's hitting the bottom 6 feet under. You're landing at a 6 out of 10. At least 7. A 7 out of 10. You can study and look. They've done it for Lara Croft, for Tomb Raider. There's different variations and styles of it. There's different ways it can be done. And it's not an original idea. And the thing is that it's not a bad idea either. Abe's Odyssey. Thank you. There was another one. And there's more outside the platforming era that are doing the same thing. Pac-Man Repack. Ty. Bubsy. Croc. There's all of these games that are doing these remakes. And then you have Prince of Persia, Sands of Time. And you're like, okay, here we go. Here it is. We're going to do Prince of Persia, the first one, the first 3D one, the one that's very popular, the one that everybody loves on the PlayStation 2. Great, fantastic, amazing. Go ahead, Ubisoft. You go and you cook. Go and cook. And what do? You somehow fumble the bag, trip on it, fall off a bridge, and hit a rock on the way down. Not once with the same project. Because guess what? When you announced that the stinking project was in development in the first place, you said it was going to come out within 3 or 4 months. We all looked at it and said, that looks like dog water. That looks terrible. What do you mean it's coming out in January? And you announced it in September. You're like, it's going to launch in 4 months. What do you mean it's going to launch in 4 months? And then everyone outcried and said, hey, Ubisoft, ding, 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 this looks like trash. Can we maybe get a delay? Can we maybe try something else? And you know what, Ubisoft? You know what? You're right. We will delay it. So they delay it. Great. Awesome. That's great. So now you have more time to study, to look, to see what's going on. And what happens? The team can't get it together. And guess what? It gets abandoned. Okay, but it gets passed off to, I believe, Ubisoft Quebec, Ubisoft the French, whether it's Quebec, France, whatever. It gets passed on to a new team. Okay, fine. The first team clearly was incapable of following a set recipe list that's already been duplicated and copied well over a dozen times in the past decade. You hand it to a new team, and they can't get it done. It is 2026. 2026, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know when that remake was announced? It was announced in 2020. How do you take 6 years? 6 years to recreate something you already made and did well. How? How do you screw that up? How do you fumble that? 6 years. Toys for Bob did Spyro Reignited Trilogy in 13 months with a box of scraps. And 3 games. Not 1, not 2, but 3. You pass it you pass it along, and you can't do. You're the original developer of the game. Your Ubisoft. Toys for Bob isn't even the original developers of the Reignited Trilogy or of the Spyro Trilogy to make the Reignited Trilogy. They're not even the original developers. You're the original developers. If you are smart and you have been handling your data fine in the past, how many years it took since Prince of Persia was made, you could even have the original dev build that you could build upon because you're Ubisoft. You should have it. It's your own company. How do you announce the game 6 years ago? Say it's going to be out in 4 months. Delay it for 6 years. 6 years. 6 years. Okay? 6 years. And then say it's canceled. Yeah, it's canceled. I'm sorry. Are you cracked? Are you on crack? Has your head been cracked? Okay, if they lost the original build / data, okay, that's fine. Toys for Bob didn't have the original data. They built a tool to extract data from the original games. And apparently, from what I heard, now maybe I might be misquoting, don't quote me on this, but apparently the people that picked it up was the original studio that made the first game. So even if you don't have the dev build, you have at least maybe 1 or 2 original members that actually worked on the bloody game, working on it again. And you can't do it? What dog, pony... I can't even come up with a sensible hyperbole or joke to explain what are you doing? How do you fumble it? How? It gets me worked up because how many people worked on that project? How many people poured hours into that project? How many people were looking for? How many Prince of Persia fans have been saying, "Are we ready yet? Are we ready yet? Are we ready yet?" For 6 years. And here's the final thing I'll say on the matter. The final thing that I will say on the matter, because I'm getting a headache, is it's driving me nuts. Okay? What state was the game in? What kind of state was the game in when they turn around and said this will be ready in 4 months? What state was the game? It's one thing to announce a game too early, and then it enters development purgatory, in and around, in and around, in and around, over and over and over and over and over and over again, having issues and problems. That's one thing. You announce a date. Okay. Maybe it was a year out, 2 years out, even. Maybe it was just like a guesstimate and things fell apart along the way. September, October, November, December, January, early January. Okay, so 4 or 5 months. It's ready in 4 to 5 months. The game is content locked, essentially. You're now scrubbing out bugs, you're tweaking it, and you're polishing it. That's the last phase of development. How do you go from 4 months out and tweaking the final stages of development to canning the game 6 years later? I'm at a loss for words. That's what I am. I'm at a loss of words. I don't get it. I do not get it. I don't get it. And that's even before we talk about the fact that a lot of people have been reporting of like how close it was to getting done. Yeah, but when they announced it, it was 4 months out. What was the state of the game? What did it look like? For a boss to walk over, look at the status of it, and say, yep, it's almost ready to go. 4 months, it'll be ready. What happened to that build? It's one of two things. Either one, we are dealing with, well, actually, it's, you know, it is this no matter what. So it's either one of two reasons, but this reason applies to both, but there's one particularly. We are dealing with a level of incompetence that we have never seen before in the gaming industry, and I genuinely believe that from such a giant studio. From a studio as big as Ubisoft. I don't care how much we meme on Ubisoft. I don't care how much we joke and gagged on them. I don't care. With a studio that big, with the longevity that it has, with the experience it has, for you to have someone in place that would look at whatever that project was and said, yep, it's ready to go. Or there is some sketchy, weird, corporate, I don't want to say espionage, but corporate write-offs and some corporate legal issues going on to do write-offs or whatever in some legal manner by putting it in indefinite constant hiatus. That's it. And either way, no matter how you cut it, it's incomprehensible and unacceptable in this industry. There's joking, ha ha, Ubisoft, you're so trash. Ha ha, Ubisoft, you're not good. And then there's, okay, this is deplorable. This is criminal. You can't be this dumb. You can't be. To the point where it's become almost a crime. You can't. You can't be this stupid. You can't. You either are lying or you have put somebody in a place of power that is so incomprehensibly stupid. One or the other. I can't see it as anything else. So, that's... Sorry, everybody, but that's my rant. I don't see it as anything else. I don't see it as anything else. What else could it be? Wrong controller. Because what else could it be? No, there's only so much, development hell. Problems. This. There's only so much of that. And then it gets to the point where it's like... you know what? Suddenly, I don't buy it. Suddenly, I don't buy it anymore. Because again, we know. Sorry, I wasn't listening. Well, good thing there's this feature called Rewind. Welcome to Horse Collar Investigations. Can I? Oh my! Micky, do you remember me? Horace Horse Collar? Sure. I was in the Firefighters. It is cool that the Barnyard broadcast and the band concert. That was one. Don't remember, huh? That's right. No one else did either. So I wound up here, same as everyone else. Oh, that hurts. Oh, that's cute, Jakob. Named Mochi. Oh, that's cute. Here in Wasteland, I'm an ace detective. At least I'd like to be. Haven't solved a case in years, but if you need an investigator, I'm your guy. Business is down these days, but I'm sure it will pick up any time now. I have one of the gears that is used to power up the projector screen machine to OS Town. I can give it to you, but I need you to do something for me first. Casey, the Emporium owner, borrowed a book from a while back but never returned it. Can you see if you still got it? Please bring it back and I'll give you the gear. Cool. Huh. There we go. That having that, I'm happy to see that. So yeah, there's a point where where stupidity can only go so far, and mishandling of a project can only go so far, and then it gets to the point where it's like, okay, this is no longer just mismanaging. This is there's something wrong here. Anything this place got? Did Horace send you? I understand you look for his book. Well, that's the problem. I finished reading it a while ago and went to Polly, the ice cream parlor owner. His shop is down the street from here. You should go ask him about it. Boy, howdy, is this going to be a giant fetch quest running to and fro? So what do these pins exactly do? Are they just collectibles or what? So yeah, I don't know. That's my view. Oh, we just got our first Streamlabs donation of the day. Thank you so much. Give me a moment here to quickly pull it up. You'd think I used to have my Streamlabs stuff all set up nicely, and then Streamlabs released an update and then we got another donation right back to back. Oh, the show. Stop the presses. Okay, two $1 donations back. $1 donation trains. Toot, toot. It's a little train. Toot, toot. Speed Free Job donated $1. Horace will have investigation missions for you, so make sure to check in on him often. Also, don't worry about the rant CG. I think we all frustrated with that. Keep up the good work. Thank you. I appreciate this, Speedy. Charles, he donated $1. I put something on Twitter to lighten the spirit. Uh-oh. Hold on. Let me see. Was I tagged? Was it DM'd to me? It was. Yes. Yeah, that checks out. Yeah, that's hold on. Here we go, everybody. There you go. I see something in the comments too. It didn't take 6 years for this. Original 6 games remastered. That didn't take 6 years. That's hilarious. Thank you. It's true. It's been 6 years. And again, there's even like pillows of error here where it's like, oh, it's a brand new Prince of Persia, you know, like a reboot from the ground up. Okay. Ice cream is hard to come by these days, so sometimes I don't have much variety. Business has been slow, but reading keeps me entertained when there's no customers. That's why I also sell enhancements and filters for your photo mode nowadays. You're looking for the book that Casey lent me? I wasn't quite finished yet, but I suppose you can have it anyway. Stop by again soon. Okay, well, that was pretty easy. So, again, the thing is that is it challenge for me to say that I'm looking forward to the open world Thomas the Tank Engine game? It was a major part of my childhood. No, it's not. Listen, if a game brings you joy, okay? Listen, if a game brings you joy, okay? It doesn't matter. Do you know what? Here, let me tell you something. I'll say this, is that... Let me tell you this. There were games from my childhood that, of course, are childish, you know, like not even like, you know, I'm not even talking like Crash and Spyro. I'm talking games that were like rated C, like for kids, right? And if I picked it up again, or a variation of it, I'd have a smile on my face and be like, this is really cool, right? Like, this is really cool. So don't let anyone shame you for, you know, looking forward to games that one would think of as childish. Now, if you step up and say, you know, it's the greatest game to come out of our generation, and here's why, I'd say, okay, you know, they'll hold your horses there, cowboy. But if it is something that you are looking forward to, it's not weird. If it's something that you want to look forward to, something that brings you joy, there you go. Just because it's childish, who cares? All right, let's go back to the dictionary. That's right. Got your book. Great, you covered my book. How to be a detective. Oh. Uh-oh. You need a reminder for this? Okay. Ruh-roh. That's, certainly, okay. Now I'm almost ready to reopen my agency. Hopefully things got better for me this time. As promised, here's the gear you need. Don't be too hard on Oswald. He really does try. Womp, womp. Did I see it? I didn't watch it because, my wife had to go to a doctor's appointment this morning. And so I was watching the 3 kids so that she could go to her doctor's appointment unimpeded, because she went to a different doctor's appointment with all 4 kids. So I was like, okay, don't worry. You go for this doctor's appointment, I'll take the kids. So took the kids and totally forgot about it. Oh, do I have to bring both of them at the same time? I heard that, yeah, I did not miss much. I did see the reaction to and now we have one final announcement, and Tom Howard came on the screen, and there was a world unanimous, a worldly unified, and no. Oh, don't worry, I'm not going to watch it. You can spoil it for me if you want. I ain't watching that. Gosh, lots of these characters look alike. They're different versions from different stories. Like me. I thought these folks forgot. I'd never forget you, Big Bag Pete. Big Bag Pete. Pete Pan, Small Pete, Pete-tronic. This place has got lots of me. We get things done in Wasteland, see? So work with us and nobody will mess with you. Big Bag Pete, the only one and only I'm the go-to guy around here, and don't you forget it. Nothing gets done if I ain't around. And I hears about everything, including your run-in with Small Pete back in the world of Gremlins. So here, have some e-tickets, but don't think this means I've decided that I decided to like you. Small Pete may be a real chowderhead, but I'm glad you helped him. Even though I knows you're in need of a gear that I'm rumored to have. Well, here's the deal on the gear. Big Mouth Gilda's always bragging about how fast she is, so I set up a race for her. Told her I'd give her a prize if she could beat it, seeing as how I didn't think she could. Well, anyway, she did, but we never agreed on no prize, so I gave her that worthless gear. Ha! Well, that's not nice. Bottom line is I don't got it no more. The girl over there by the fire station does. So I can't help you if I wanted to, but maybe she can. Otherwise, tough luck, Pally. That's not nice. Yeah, I was obsessed with Thomas as a kid too. But as an adult, I can also appreciate the fantastic world building and lore of the franchise. Yeah, there you go. Right, you can, you know, it's. Am I a fan of Thomas the Tank Engine? No, I never was. As a kid, I never was. But that's me. But I can still sit here and be like, hey, it's your thing, right? It's. You know, I can understand, and, you know, my one son in particular loves Thomas, right? You know, me, not the biggest fan, but that's just me, right? Been canceled at Ubisoft as part of the major company restructuring. Yeah, it still doesn't make sense, though, because how do you have a remake that you could do in 2 years? I'm sorry, you can do it in 2 years. Now, is it a reboot from the ground up? If it's a reboot from the ground up where they're rewriting the story, redoing it, and well, then you're marketing it wrong, and that isn't a remake, right? It was marketed as a remake. That's what it was marketed as. And we know that both Vicarious Visions, or Vicarious Visions, because people have yelled at me for my pronunciation on that, so however you want to pronounce it, Vicarious Visions and Beanox and Toys for Bob, they did all of those remakes within about, if you want to give a big ballpark span, between a year to a year and a half. Okay? Because remember, when Sean Layden came out, he had this Crash shirt on back in 2015. At that point, Crash Bandicoot was not in development. It was 6 months later that he turned around and said, hey, by the by, actually, we've got something in development now. Right? So even if you give 3 months of figuring out, hey, can we make something, and then an announcement, a verbal announcement in June, and then a trailer in January, what we saw for Insane in January was probably only about 9 months worth of work. 9 months? 8 months? 8-9 months that we saw. So, and they were doing 3 games. Right now, even if you look at Prince of Persia, because it was a PS2 game, as 2 games, 2 PS1 games in terms of content and length and whatnot, right? They did 3. And they couldn't get it done in 6 years. Hey there, I'm Gilda. I'm a little bit adventurous like yourself. I just got back from Micky Junk Mountain. That's a scary place. I was camping in the old collector's hut when Blotling showed up. Had to get out fast. I thought about being on the ledge was safe, but I was wrong. Left my prize climbing axe behind. Oh, well, maybe I'll come across one soon. But anyway. Alright, so now we gotta go get Gilda's lost axe. Do you want to try my time trial race? I smashed Pete's goal time and he gave me this gear as a reward. If you beat my time, I could pass the gear along to you. Follow the Guardian and reach the checkered flag before the clock runs out. So you want to get it? Sure. Okay, let's get started. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go. How do I dash again? Can you dash? Oh, no. Oh, it really did that, did it? Yes, you can dash. Why am I button mashing when I can... Oh, that's right. I can't dash in the air. Great job, man. Problem. Here's the gear you wanted. Wait, let's hurry back to Gremlin Markless. Okay, let's go back to Gremlin Markless. Marcus. So yeah, no matter how you slice it, no matter how you look at it, no matter what angle you try to tackle it, where it always during corporate restructuring, well, okay, I can understand corporate restructuring if the game was in development for 3-4 months and then you were like, we're gonna can it because we're corporate restructuring. The game was in development for 6 years. 2 teams. What are we doing? What are we doing? We will need some of the... I'm pretty sure I saw one on the display museum. You should go have a look. It's the plaza between Horse and the train station. Alright. Try visiting Casey at the Emporium. I think I saw him... Okay. I'm gonna drop my key near play. And now I get. Do I have to go get the key? Oh gosh. A beignet? I think that's at least close to how it's spelled. And I know what it is. It's essentially kind of like a powdered, like a sugar powdered donut, which is, I've had beignets and they're good. They're very good. What have you been up to? Okay, so he's missing a key that he said dropped outside of the ice cream parlor. Hey Jim, how's it going? You missed my full-blown rant about Prince of Persia and Ubisoft. What would you guys think if I might just clip that, I might just clip that and, like, do modest editing to it and post that as a video. I might. Hey! Zakawa Coyote donated $5 to Super Chat. Thank you so much. Hey, CJ, I meant to ask you this the other day, but since this year is Okami's 20th anniversary, this April, do you plan on doing any Okami videos? So, right now... So, he said that he dropped his key by the ice cream parlor. Why can't I find it? So, I'm not going to say no, but I'm also not going to say yes, because right now... I would say that right now Okami is more on the if something is posted or something is talked about, then it might be something that I'm more something that I might talk about as the news comes up and less about the speculation aspect. And the reason why is because I need to get myself more familiar with Okami. Because here's the thing, I don't talk about games, even if there are games that are similar, I try. I don't always achieve it, but I try to not talk about games that I don't necessarily have the deepest information about, right? Because I'm very self-conscious and self-aware, and I don't want to be spewing things that a lot of people either don't agree with or like, not that that people have to agree with me, but that's not what I'm trying to say. What I'm trying to say is that I don't want to sound uneducated. And before I can talk about Okami, I would first like to become more further educated on it. I have played Okami before. I have played it. But it's been a while. It has been a while since I've played Okami. And it has been a while since I have been more up to date on it. So I don't want to close the door on it, but I also don't know if I can swing it wide open. Does that make sense? Does that make any sense? Where is this bloody key? He's like, I dropped it by the ice cream parlor. Where? Where did you drop it? On the moon? Where is it? So, you know, and of course, I'm also open to doing a review for the game as well, you know, if it comes out. Nick Joseph donated $1. Hey, man, looks like you need a little help. The key is in the pothole. You need to find out the pothole. Okay, thank you. Almost forgot about the paint thinner. Jeez Louise. I very rarely use the paint thinner, which I probably should use it more often as I continue to build and reconstruct things. So we went over by the ice cream parlor. It's back at the Emporium. We run over here, give him the key. I'll use something. Hopefully this power spark is okay with you. Awesome. So we got one power spark, and then where was the other way I had to? The other place I had to go real quick. We're going to take it to Gremlin Market for the power. Oh, a power spark. Sweet. Can I shoot that? No, I can't. Of course. I'll be doing a concert in Tokyo this year, which I would hope that they make some sort of announcement. Fill here, adjust that. I would hope that they, you know, for the sake of Okami fans, I would hope that they would make some sort of verbal announcement. That'd be, you know, nice. Voila, projector screen to Oztown is working perfectly. Awesome. While you're gone, I'll be tinkering with the other project screens. Good luck, Mickey, and take these tickets to help you in your adventure. Yay! You can do a Okami live stream one day to familiarize yourself with the first game. Would you be open to that? So, I'm going to look something up, okay? And you tell me if this is confirmed or not. So just give me 1 second, okay? How long to beat Okami? So, how long to beat, according to people playing it, it's about 40 hours. Now, here's the thing, is that when it comes to doing live streams, I have to become more consistent with finishing the games. Because I know that there's a lot of people that have gotten mad at me in the past for starting a game, getting about partway through, and then not streaming it again. And the reason why is not because necessarily I don't want to finish it, but I can see a lack of interest, right? Like, I have stats here that you guys don't see, right? I got analytics, I got activities, I got views, I got, you know, I got a number of things that I can physically look at and see, hey, is this generating enough interest? And when you get a game that is 40 hours, you have to think, I'm only streaming 3 to 4 hours per stream. I typically don't do back-to-back streams unless for special cases like announcements like Crash Bandicoot or Spyro games, right? So, and I only stream twice a week, right? So if I stream 4 hours a week on Okami, that's 10, and to get it done, that's before you include a number of other issues. That's 10 weeks of doing Okami. That's 2.5 months of Okami, right? So what I get nervous about is I start something, and then let's say there's an initial surge, and then it peters out and the interest goes down, and then I sit here and say, okay, well, people are not interested. Do I continue finishing this? Do I spend another month and a half trying to finish this? Or another let's say I stream it for a month and then people are not interested in it anymore. It's okay, I got another month and a half to go. What do I do? Right? What do I do? So it's tough. It's tough. And it's tough for me to make the call. I'll tell you I'll tell you guys one quick story. I know man, I'm really, you know, pausing and slogging here, right? So let me get up to here and I'll tell a quick story. Hey CG, how you feeling today? Much better. If you guys don't know, Sunday I was sick. Yeah, I don't know if you guys knew this. I had the stomach flu so bad, the whole family. And the worst part was it hit us all, other than because David was patient 0. He got sick on Thursday, and then we got like Thursday night, and then we got sick Sunday. And let me tell you something, okay? Let me tell you something. Nothing is worse when you have 4 people. Yeah, remember what I said? I remember saying that for it. I remember I did say that on Saturday. I was like, I hope I don't get sick. David was sick. I hope I don't get sick. Sunday, you never... You know what? By golly gee. By cracky. Guess who got sick? And the worst part is that it was 5 people in total all at the same time. So we have 2 bathrooms, and me, my wife, and Hope, Jonathan, and Daniel all got sick at about the same time, within 5 to 10 minutes of each other. So you're trying to take care of your kids who are incapable, because Hope is 5, so there's a little effort there, but then you have a 3 and a 1-year-old, or a 3 and a 1-year-old, right? The visual picture, I'm not even gonna go deep in it, is bad. Okay? It's bad. It's bad. And it was a stomach flu. Stomach flu. And it was awful. It was terrible. It was absolutely no good. It was brutal. It was brutal, where you're all fighting for the bathroom. You feel like you're gonna die, but you're trying to find a bucket for your youngest. Your youngest doesn't know where to aim anything. I'm gonna stop being grotesque. Point is that not a word of a lie, and I don't laugh, but in context, when you're looking back, there's humor to it. My wife and I were walking through the house trying to take care of each kid, praying out loud. Lord, help us, please. Like, this is going terrible, please. And we did that for like 4 hours. Literally. It was... I look back, and I can laugh now. I can laugh now. But man, it was bad. It was bad. So, -2 out of 10. Don't ever recommend. We've had flus in the house, but it always like staggers typically. Like, oh, there's patient 0, which could be like Hope's patient 0. Okay. A few days later, then it's David and Jonathan. Okay. Then the next day it's me, and then the next day it's my wife. And when you stagger it like that, right, you can figure it out, and you can help each other, and you can, you can stagger it, right? Where, okay, the day after you're not feeling great, but you can support the person that's over here, and you can help each other, right? And, the kids are old enough now where you say, hey, run downstairs and go grab this, and, go grab that, go do this, go do that. And, one can make dinner, and then when the next day, so it was not good at all. It was bad. It was bad. But I feel lots better. I still feel a little like woozy on the when I don't drink enough liquids. I'm still feeling like that's where I'm at. I feel woozy when I can still feel a little lightheadedness, and my appetite still hasn't fully come back yet. But I would say, you know, for the majority of the time, I am about 95% back. And then there's a moment where it's like, eh. So, do you want to travel to Oztown? Yes, we'll do this. Speaking of, I gotta top up my water to make sure that I stay hydrated. So, if you guys can give me but a moment, I'm sure I won't perish if I leave the game paused here, right? I'm sure I won't perish because I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'm gonna get myself some more fluid. I'm just gonna make sure that I am all good to go. Yeah, that's dehydrated. It's just that. Yeah, that's what I figured. I figured it was that. I figured that, you know, after after spilling your guts for 2 days, you know, you need fluids, right? So, you know, I just gotta make sure I have a little bit more fluids than I typically do, just to make sure I bounce back and recover. So speaking of, I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take a pee, get some water. I'll be right back. got into a conversation with my wife. So I do apologize. Elena! Elena! Donated $50! 50 donation of the stream so far. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Thank you, Elena. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. $5 for Grandma. She's watching. Please say hi, everyone. Hi. Headache tape. Cool, but not cool water. Soak hand towel instant water. Lay towel over for head and eyes while resting in a dark room. Feel better soon. Thank you so much. Hope wife is good. Yes, I was. I apologize. After I was getting a drink and going to the bathroom, I then got into a conversation with the wife. You know how it be. Oh. This is cool. I like this. So we've been talking a lot about Crash and Spyro, but let me talk about Epic Mickey for a second. So again, for those who don't know, this is the first time that I have played this game. I have never played this game before. So technically, well, like this is my first playthrough. Like I played it last stream, of course, but this is my first debut initial playthrough. And genuinely, it is a lot of fun. It's different than what I initially expected, but I really like it. And also, I like the history of. Why can I not use paint here? I guess not. I like the history of Disney and Mickey Mouse. I do enjoy it, and I remember it's the King of Hearts. It's a really fun game that is an homage to the history, but also doing something unique and different. And I do think it's pretty cool. I gotta feel like I can't take that. That guy just like drops so much hearts. Yeah, I knew that was gonna happen. I was like, what would happen? I can't help myself. What would happen? Flurna has been a member for 72 months. Flurna has been a supporter of the channel longer than that. Just been a member for 72 months. But Flurna has been a huge help. A huge help for this channel. A big supporter for a long time. And I mean, plenty of you have been, but I'm just giving a little spotlight to Florina because 72 months, that is official. That's an anniversary, isn't it? Hold on. I'm doing math. 48 or no, yes, it is. That's 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72. That's 6 years. It's Florina. It is this month is the 6-year anniversary of you becoming a member. You became a member if I'm doing this correctly, if I'm doing this math correctly, you became a member before CTR came out. Am I doing the math correctly in my head? You became a member before CTR came out. Let that sink in. No, wait, no. Yes. No, yes. Yes. Yeah. Am I doing my math correctly? No. Yes. Maybe. No. Before Crash 4. It wasn't 2019. No, it was 2019. I'm sorry, the years are blending together. So before Crash 4 came out. Crash 4. I apologize. Wrong Crash game. I was like, wait a second. I was doing the math in my head. Did it a little bit wrong. But before Crash 4 came out, sorry, just I became a member while you played Crash the Titans in the engine level. That's right. That's right. That's incredible. That is incredible. Sorry, I got a message from my wife from something that was absolutely unhinged. So to stack on top of the rest of our luck, our dryer's dying, so we need to get a new dryer. So my wife was on Facebook Marketplace looking at some dryers, and she reached out for interest on one of the dryers, and the person got back and said, this one here is guaranteed to work with no weird noises and work with or without issues for $165. And so my wife asked, how long does it take to dry a normal load of laundry? Estimated. Okay, so it's a used dryer, right? They're saying, yep, it comes with this. So my wife asked, how long does it take to do a normal load of laundry? They responded with, quote, I'm not going to play games. It's guaranteed to work. Thank you for your time. Good luck with your next purchase. What? 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 Listen. Like, listen, man. Hey, how long does it take to dry? Because, you know, there's, you know, it's kind of, you know, it's a genuine question. I think it's a genuine question to kind of be like, hey, you know, some dryers, they can get, you know, sometimes they take, you know, two attempts to dry. Other times it takes, you know, other times, you know, it takes just one, or, you know, one heavy one and one light one. You know, just, you know, these are questions that you can ask. You know, how long does it take to do, you know, one normal load of laundry? I'm not playing games. It's guaranteed to work. Good luck with your next purchase. Excuse me? You see this car? It runs. It's good. Oh, that's great. How far do you think one tank of gas will take me, sir? It runs! It runs! I'm not playing games! Genuine question. It's a genuine question. Hey! Ooh, is this who I think it is? Let me double check my DMs because I think I know who this is. Goodrich Games. I know you. A bit of history. High Impact did a prototype pitch for this game. Paint mechanics and all. Thank you so much for the $5. And we gotta talk. Me and you. Communication. Chats. We gotta talk. We gotta talk. I'm gonna, Goodrich Games, check out their channel. But we gotta chat. You and me. I know it's, I don't know. I'm sure. I think I think that I don't know if you're on my Discord channel or not, but if if you want to drop me a Twitter DM, there it is. Never mind. Never mind. I see it here. Thank you, Twitter, for sending that to spam. Thank you, Twitter. You are such a... Okay, now that I have this, and thank you for the $5, I appreciate the support. We can talk now. We can chat. Oh, Goodrich Games, you have very much piqued my interest, and I am excited to have a conversation about a platitude of things. So I'm going to follow you back real quick. Boop. Thank you very much. And I followed you back, and I'm going to be DMing you on Twitter, but also, yeah, don't worry, guys. Don't worry, guys. We got some stuff cooking. There's stuff cooking. There's some stuff cooking that y'all gonna love. That y'all are going to love, every single one of you. And I'm going to keep my mouth shut because I want to make sure that nothing is spoiled, nothing silly gets done, nothing intrusive. Wink, wink. Grumble, grumble, because that was a little ridiculous. When I read what happened, I was like, anyway. We'll talk, like I said, we'll talk more. Hold on. Streamer mode enabled. Did I read the... yes, I did. Did you notice that all the projector levels here are all based on actual old Mickey episodes? Also, ever got a game soundtrack stuck in your head? So, sorry, I apologize for... I don't want to click the Discord link because I don't want it to pop up on my main screen and everyone seeing... Just so, as soon as the stream is over, I'm going to be sending it. But, and I do apologize because you shouldn't have had to send a donation because... But I do appreciate it. I do appreciate the support, and... We're gonna cook. We're cooking. You and we're cooking. Thank you again, Goodrich Games. So, yes, I have seen that all the projector levels are based on some of the old classics. I have seen that, and I think it's really cool. Not only that, though, have I gotten a game soundtrack stuck in my head? Numerous times. So, at all points when I'm happy or when I'm working on a Spyro video, when I'm working on at all points when I'm working on a Spyro video, or anything, and I'm in the vibe, I'm in the work zone, you know, the zone being, you know, you're in the moment. Nothing can break you. You are in it. Dark Hollow is just in my head at all points. I can almost hear Dark Hollow all the time. Just doom, doom, doom. Other games where they actually have lyrics, but I'm more likely to get songs that have lyrics get stuck in my head. Once in a while, bloody Sanctuary from Kingdom Hearts 2 will invade my brain and sit there for, you know, a day or two out of the blue. It's just like, oh yeah, you haven't thought about Kingdom Hearts in a long time. Let's just put Sanctuary into your brain for 2 days. Okay. Sure. Thanks, brain. I don't know why I thought of Sanctuary all of a sudden. I have not heard about it, Caroline. Man, today's been productive and weird because we just got a Streamlabs donation. We just got another Streamlabs donation. I love it. I love seeing it. Speedy Springtrap donated $1 through Streamlabs. Welcome to Oztown, CG, formerly Toontown, as you can see from the ridge. So on top of the gag factory in a smokestack is a little gift, just needs a little thinning. Also, going back and forth on projectors from the main street equals e-ticket exploit. Gotcha. Okay. Thank you so much, Speedy Springtrap, for the $1 Streamlabs donation and the support. I appreciate it, and I love it. Thank you. I have not, and I'll have to look into it. But also, I'm gonna say something. I don't think I'll get in trouble for it. I'm not gonna say the title of the game, but there was an indie studio that reached out to me that my email ever so lovingly jammed into the spam folder, and they reached out to me a number of times until finally I decided to check my spam folder and saw that they reached out to me a number of times, and I felt like the biggest schmuck because I looked at their game and I liked it. I liked it a lot. And they actually wanted to hop into a chat, and we did, and I did a play test with the game. And not only that, they wanted me to, to cover it and talk about it. But not just that, they really, really wanted me to, they wanted my opinion on it. They wanted, my opinion on it and all these other things. And I'm hoping to be able to talk about it exclusively on the channel after a certain amount of time has passed. And it's very exciting. It's very exciting because now it's a game that I very much believe is a game that everybody would most likely enjoy if you enjoyed any of the games that came out in the era from PlayStation 2. That's what it very much felt like. There's no release date on it yet, but I'm happy to be working with this team, and it's nothing to do with Crash or Spiral. Let me be clear on that, right? I don't want anyone thinking like, it's Crash and Spiral. No, it's not Crash and Spiral, no. But I gotta be careful what I talk about because I have signed an NDA, so, but I'm just saying that I did do a, I am under NDA with a specific indie company, and I am excited. So yeah, that fellow standing in front of the gag factory is named Moody. He's Moody. So yeah, so I am excited. And I've tried it. Still in early development. Like, I wouldn't say early development. Like the game's not done yet. It's not done yet. And every day there's new updates to it, but I'm gonna be fiddling around with it on my own time, and hopefully I'm gonna be able to show it to you guys. right? I hope I'll be able to show it to you guys. Excuse me, miss. I'm looking for Oswald. Land's sakes, Mickey Mouse. It's Clarabelle! Why, you must remember me. Look, look, look. I was in Mickey's melodrama. It's Clarabelle. In Mickey's polo team. Orphans Benefit, both the original and the remake. I guess no one sees those anymore. Man, this whole thing is depressing. Well, let's get back to my garden. Locomotion. It's the only thing that... Well, that sounds dangerous. You're going after going to Mickey Junk Mountain. You'll need to fix that bridge. There's a gremlin handman around here, but he's been missing a while. Oh, before I forget, something's been making noise over near the gag factory. Can you go see what it is? It sounds like something might be calling for help. Which I also, but, well, you know. I feel bad. Like I'm getting second-hand, like, embarrassment from all these people that are like, oh, Mickey, we love you. You know, do you remember me? And he's like, no. I'm just like, oh, Mickey, like, buddy. I get that you're in a lot of productions, but, geez, man. Coming off as a bit of a jerk. Really more like depression, basically. If I were to compare what this game felt like, the game that I was playing, if I were to put like 3 games put together, it's very interesting actually. It's like Jak and Daxter meets Fable. That's kind of the vibe that I get from it, and ironically a little bit of Prince of Persia as well, which but Jak and Daxter and Fable, and I'm talking like Fable 1 Fable, like the original Fable. That's the vibe that I get when I'm playing the game, and the private demo they sent me, bless their heart, it's like 2-3 hours long. I don't think it's, I don't know if that's going to be the public demo. I don't think it is. It might be, but the demo that I was playing today was hefty. Goofy? That's Goofy. I mean, sort of. It's animatronic Goofy. Oswald's built him, but with Mad Doctor's help. Oswald wanted a friend like your pal Goofy. Gosh! Where's the rest of them? What happened to you, Goofy? Well, I was doing some work in Tomorrow City. When the Mad Doctor went and betrayed, he had some of his own tear me to pieces. Oh, jeez. Now my parts are scattered across the city, but I know I can count on you to put me together again, Mickey. This feels depressing. Yeah, Mickey, do you think you could help me out? Mad Doctor scattered all my parts around Tomorrow City. If you're going there, could you help me put them back together? This game has like there is a tone of like really like this game is really pretty and I really like it, but there is a tone of like constant depression. And it's like, yeah, oof. Like, Mickey is coming off kind of looking like a joik. I've been hearing some noises from the safe up there. Someone's in there. I once knew the combination to that safe, but my memory's fuzzy these days. When my mood is down like this, my memory ain't worth a hill of beans. Your house is all pretty and yellow over there, but mine's under wreck. If you fix it up, I probably remember the combination. What do you say? Okay. Well, oh, jeez. The Blob. I never played The Blob. I never did play The Blob. It was something that I always saw, like... So there were games that I always would see, like, for rent. Because when I was a kid, we rented games like crazy. Like, I used to be renting games every week. Every week. My parents, my mom was really cool with that, where... I had gotten games, like, don't get me wrong, my parents did really good with buy me games. But I typically would get games either once in a while for a treat, right? If, like, it was a game that I pleaded and begged for a long time. And birthdays and Christmas. Easter. But we rented a lot. We rented a lot of games. And I do mean a lot of games. We rented a lot. There were so many games we rented. Oh. I mean, it'd be humorous if that happened, but you know. And so De Blob was always one of those games that I would always see, and I would always clock it, and I always be like, oh, hey, yeah, De Blob. And I like I said, I never played it, but I would always see it. Not since the cable hit my noggin. Does another cannonball need to hit your noggin? Does David Hope ask for a video game? So, yes-ish. So, yes-ish. Jumping on the safe. So, like I said, yes-ish. And I say ish because Hope is a gamer when everyone else is playing. She likes to watch people play games. She's not big into games because she doesn't like, not that she's not big into games. If you ask her if does she like video games, she would say yes, right? But she gets frustrated with them. She gets very frustrated with them. And she gets frustrated with them because she can only do like one analog stick at a time. David, we're introducing things slowly. Like he just got his own Switch, but also there's a whole library of games. Like there is a whole library of Switch games that he's still touching. So it's kind of like he's discovering slowly. He hasn't hit the like the wall, I suppose, yet. He hasn't hit the... I have painted the house. Have I not painted the house? You paint my house about my junk, but I have... Am I missing like a small little spot? So, Hope hasn't asked for a video game yet. David has asked, but then it'd be like, oh yeah, he'll ask about it, and then I'll be like, oh yeah, well, we got a game like that here, and he tries it. He's like, oh my gosh, this is cool. And I am trying paint his house and then jump on. Is this not his house? So he knows the lock to a safe to a house that isn't his? Okay. I have several questions. Because that would constitute as theft. We got another Streamlabs donation from Nick Joseph. Dude, you paid the Gag Factory. Moody's house is next to Mickey's house. Well, I'm sorry. When he stands in front of a building where he says, I know the safe number, but I want my house to be repaired, you assume that this is his house. Excusez-moi for assuming that the building is saying he knows the combination to the safe isn't his house. Hey, Moody. FYI, it's typically a social faux pas to know the safe and code number of someone else's safe that isn't yours. I'm just saying. Won't screw things much. Yeah, I remember the combination. Blue sounds like 2 and red roof makes me think of 5. Don't ask why. 5 on top of 2, 7. That's it. 7, 5, 2. There's a combination. Just climb up the building behind me and use it. One more time? Do I need to remember the code? For a while, but he's at the point where of like starting to his own personal opinion, so he's like every kart racer that exists. Yet David right now is big into Smash Brothers. He loves Smash Brothers Ultimate. He loves it. They arrested me. I owe you one. Head to Mickey Junk Mountain. I can help, but I need my wrench. I think I tinkered with that telephone in your house. It tricked me into the safe. I'm certain he still has my wrench, so you'll need to go get it back from him. Let me know when you have it. Yeah, no, he loves Smash Brothers. He loves Smash Brothers. He also loves my Dragon Ball Z Sparking Zero game. All my kids love that game. Hope loves it. Jonathan loves watching it. They run around screaming, let's play Dragon Ball Z, and they run around screaming Kamehameha and Dragon Fist, and it's the dorkiest, nerdiest, cutest thing I've ever seen, and I couldn't be prouder as a father. As my 3-year-old's running around screaming Dragon Fist. It is... I have never felt more proud as a father. Hey, Ray Johnson, how's it going? Smash Bros. Ultimate. Prescott wants his wrench back. No way. Look, if he gets his wrench back, he's going to disassemble me. Disassemble, eh? I think you got to have like a... Yeah, see? He's so mad that I had him locked up in that safe. Really, though, he had it coming, see? Anyway, I can tell you need this wrench, so I'll tell you what, see? If you help me restore the signal to Mean Street, I'll give you the wrench, see? See? There are 3 more power boxes like this one around Oztown, see? Enabling them will allow me to reach people in Mean Street, see? Tell me it doesn't... Have they started watching Dragon Ball? A little bit. A little bit. My telephone thinks he can keep my wrench. He's not even a gremlin. I respect that it's your house, but if you let me go in there, I'll get my wrench back. Can I go in and get my wrench? I mean, it's his wrench. The moral thing to do, in my opinion, like what I would do, what I personally would do is say yes, like you go wreck that phone and get that wrench, right? But is that what Disney believes is the moral thing? What would Mickey do? What would the House of Mouse do? Bad choice. That's a bad choice? How is allowing a man to go get his tools in my house be the bad choice? Hang on. Hang on. Hang on. Pause for a second. Genuinely. He scraps the phone. Okay. I suppose. Alright, let me go and have a chat with him again. I need to go connect the lines from Mean Street, and then he'll give me the wrench again. Let me go double check the mission. Well, Micky, I'm doing crosswords. What's the 7-letter for lazy? Bye. Ooh. You know, I could have had you turn to scrap metal. Alright. So he can't fix it, but he needs me to... Let me double check the quest here. The telephone box wants you to paint power boxes that are hidden around Oztown. Okay, so we got 2 out of 4. Okay, so I gotta go find more. I really do appreciate everyone's help, but if we can maybe try to limit the help just a little bit until I'm like at a point where I'm like, I don't know what I'm doing, then we can maybe start then. It's just that, you know, I haven't even tried to look, and I understand, you know, people are wanting to help. I get it, and I don't want to sound like I'm, you know, but I do want to be able to explore and try to figure it out myself, if that's all right. And I know that there's, you know, some lovely people that mean the best of things, but again, I would like to be able to figure it out. Okay. So let me take a look around Oztown real quick. So, fix all these ones. Alright, so clearly not here. So we come out. So there was one up there, which I had already gotten, which I'll double check just to make sure that it's back in order. Yep, it's still working, which is good. I did the one there, and it said that I must have did another one. There's one more. Okay. Dusk Fade is another game that I do want to play. Dusk Fade is another game that I've been meaning to play and meaning to try. And I keep forgetting about it because how the brainy doodad works. The brain doodad sometimes doesn't work. This looks like an archway. I don't know what I was talking about when I got off track. Boy, it's been a don't die. Thank you. All right, so we just gotta figure out where the last junction box is. So can't break through there. Let me check along the back walls here, see if there's anything. Maybe I should use paint thinner a little bit more to find a few more secrets and go back and repair. There we go. Yeah, if I start struggling and I can't figure it out, we can go from there. No. It doesn't look like anything in here. Is there like 2 up here? Maybe not. Oh, now that... Okay, is there anything on the ground here? Trying to see if maybe one of these walls I accidentally covered. I'll go back and fix it all. There we go, I dropped the safe. Your house is here, you know. And I saw someone bright and glowing on the roof. I hope it's not trouble. Bright and glowing on the roof. Is there something on the roof of my house? For some reason? I don't think it's there. Okay, so I've checked. Maybe it's on the roof of his. Yeah, I'm going to try to get a higher vantage point now. Huzzah. Why can't I get on the roof of my house? That's strange. Okay. Give me 5 more minutes, and if I can't find it, then I will ask everyone for help. But I need 5 minutes. Give me 5 minutes. Don't spoil it for me yet. In 5 minutes, I will ask for help for the last junction box. Oh, well. Never mind. Found it. I didn't even see that. Like, I didn't even see that outline. Am I going blind, or was that, like... Is my eyesight getting worse, or was that not very well, like, lit? Like, maybe I've gone crackers. But... here. That's right. We gotta go back, and we got everything up and going. So I need to go back to my house. I need to go back to my little house. Hello, hello, Mickey Mouse. Welcome to the Wasteland version of your house. I can now reach you further Mean Street. This should keep me busy. Thanks. Here's the wrench I promised. Why do I have to talk to you twice? That was weird. You want one more thing for me? I'm trying to reach a phone out in Micky Junk Mountain. If you dial 726 on one of the phones out here, it should help me find the connection again. If you help me out, I'll reward for you when you get back. Do you think 726 in Micky Junk Mountain, or... Double check the quest on that. Epic quest, secondary. Dials on a phone in Micky... Okay. She lost her axe in Micky Junk Mountain. Okay, so Micky Junk Mountain seems to be where a lot of things are going to be established. My wrench, so I can fix this bridge. All right, here you go. You look at Micky Junk Mountain, Mickey. All right. Let's go. So, moderators, well, I believe most of you guys are here. And just out of curiosity, also because this doesn't need to be like, oh, it needs to be super secret. If we were to do the 12-hour live stream this month for PAX, when would that be the best for you guys? Would it be... would you guys be okay? What would you guys prefer the 12-hour stream day to be on? Would you rather have it land on a Friday or a Saturday? And then what month or what day do we want to do it? Because we do it on the 21st if we want to do Saturday. Yeah, and everyone else too. If you want to pipe in, if you want to be tuning in for the 12-hour stream, what day is better for you? A Friday stream or a Saturday stream? I got a feeling we're missing a lot on this one. If that works better for everyone else, I can be flexible. Okay, yeah. So no, not next weekend. No. Next weekend is it's a Valentine's Day next weekend. You can't. No. I'm not going to be forcing people to be watching my stream. Oh boy, can I just restart this one? Because, jeez Louise, it's not going well. I'm stuck. There we go. Okay, there we go. Saturday. Sorry, I'm getting spoiled next week. Thanks. Yeah, no, exactly. No, absolutely. I would absolutely. No. Plus, I think my wife would be angry. He's like, oh, you're doing your 12-hour stream on Valentine's Day? Even though we do typically don't celebrate it on Valentine's Day, I have to come back and do that one again because that was terrible. But I digress. Still, on Valentine's Day, even if you celebrate it elsewhere, a different day, you still want to spend it with your sweetie if you have one. I mean, we do Spyro every year, and I wouldn't mind. I'm okay with doing Spyro again because it's tradition. So maybe what we'll do is that if we can figure out the date, we can oh, when is Pokemon Day though? Hold on. I know it's funny, but February 27th. I can work with that. Okay, so I'm just doing... There's the mode we have to climb. Oswald's Sanctuary is all the way at the top. It won't be easy to reach him. You see, he doesn't really want visitors. Oh, bunny children. Wonderful. Bunny children may look cute, but too many crowd you and they become significantly less cute. When they see a spatter, they get entirely uncute, from the spatter's perspective anyway. I vaguely recall that old crane being powered by some sort of electrical system. It appears to be an operator on duty. We should ask him for more information. Okay. So just give me 1 second. So I think a poll for the day, I do agree with you that a poll for the day would be a good idea. I want to show you guys something real quick that's kind of hilarious. I just really, really want to hammer this in, because this is going to, for some people, this might seem like, oh, this is news, but it pales in comparison to the video that's coming out. We're going to go to crashbandicoot.com for a second. I just need you guys to see something, right? So if we scroll down to the bottom, if you look up real close at, nope, wrong thing. At the bottom, you can see here, Activision Publishing, Crash Team Racing, CTR, Crash Bandicoot Crash, It's About Time, etc., and Crash Team Rumble. Okay. I have a question. Genuinely, I got a question. Why is Iron Galaxy mentioned here? Dead serious. I'm dead serious. Why is it mentioned? Why are they even mentioned here? Do you know what Iron Galaxy has done for Crash Bandicoot in the past decade? They ported the Insane Trilogy to PC. That's it. That's it. Why isn't Hard Sued Labs on there? They ported Crash 4. But, like, why is Iron Galaxy even mentioned? They ported the Insane Trilogy to PC. And you say, oh, CG, it's kind of, you know, it's kind of mean to say. Okay, sure. Iron Galaxy did the PC port for Spyro. Where are they? Why is it still only Toys for Bob? Listen, I'm just saying. They also work on the PC port for It's About Time. No, they didn't. That's the thing. They didn't. That was Hard Suit Labs. And Activision Shanghai. Why is Iron Galaxy mentioned here? Because they're not even in the credits. They don't even show up. But anyways, why isn't it, if that's the case, why isn't Iron Galaxy over here at Spyro Ignited? It's over here. There's lots of space. She doesn't even go here. Exactly. There's lots of space you can place here. You can go Toys for Bob and Iron Galaxy. There's lots of space here. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 over here. You got 1, 2. Oh, but that's a crumpet compared to what's coming hopefully on Tuesday, Wednesday at the latest. Because I got it in the can, like I recorded it today. Put it on the oh, don't worry. The video that's coming out that I recorded is full Mad Lad, I think. And I think connects dots together that some people will be shocked by. And I'm excited. I'm excited for the people to once again be like, oh, it doesn't mean anything. And I'm like, here we go again. Oh no, there's a few things that I found that is beyond tinfoil hat. It's not even tinfoil hat at this point. It's like, it's literally like, it's not even tinfoil hat. It's literally like a little bit blatant. Like, remember, it was a little bit, again, remember the thing that I found that was like, oh, the job said Call of Duty and Spyro? You remember that? Yeah, there's a few more things I found that was like that and more. And I'll be sharing it all. I'll be sharing it all next week. Again, hopefully. I don't want to I don't want to set expectations for Monday because I don't think I'll be able to get that video done tomorrow. Because to give you guys an idea, that video is 34 minutes long raw. Right now, that includes all the errors, stopping, rewinding, adjusting, tweaking. But typically, a video that's around half an hour long, for me, gets edited down to close to about 26, 25 minutes. All right, 26, 25 minutes long, approximately. So that's not every video, of course. Some videos, the delivery is much easier. Other videos, the delivery is much harder. But then you also got to include putting in jokes. That's cool. Magic Request. That's cool. The NES cartridges. Oh, phone number. Phone number. What was it? It was 726. All right. 7, 2, 6. Hello, my connection to Mickey jumped out of his resort again. Thanks, Mickey. Make sure to come back to Allstown for a reward. Yay! That was cool. Yeah, there's a lot out there that I initially missed. Ooh. Where's All right. And I'm really excited to get the video done. But to give you an idea on this escapade alone, I took 75 screenshots. Plus. 75 screenshots. Just for the subject matter that I was dealing with alone. 75. Now, am I going to show 75 screenshots? No. No, I'm not going to show 75 screenshots. But trust me. Hey, Two-Tail Gamer, how's it going? I'm very excited. And also, just to be clear, it's news for both Crash and Spyro. I would say, if I had to rank it, I would say it's bigger news for Crash Bandicoot. Because we all know that there's a Spyro game in development. We all know. It's Toys for Bob's next project, right? Excuse me, we need to use your crane to get up the mountain? Sure, if it worked. Ever noticed the bunny children? They dislike spatters. How does it go? The enemy is my friend. Anyway, there should be some TVs nearby that will power this piece of junk. Paint them and activate them, then I'll be able to put it away. Cool. So, I would say that a lot of it is additional details for Spyro, which we already kind of know that there's, Spyro content coming, which we know there is, right? But whoa, time is slowed down. Ooh, what happened? What happened? What happened? Ah, okay. I'm gonna need to use that for something. I don't know what, but something. Let's make sure that I kind of got everything there. So I would have to hit something there. Something probably coming out here, but we're probably going to have to climb up here first, which we will do. That's thinner. Okay. So what happens if I do that, and then do this? Oh, not help. Alright, we'll figure it out. I am pretty certain that it's Speed Spring Up donating $1 through Streamlabs. Fun fact, CG, everything in this level is a real Disney merch lost to time. They even had a gas mask, which looks like a spray can, but it amazes me how much Disney had so much merch over the years. Thank you so much for the $1. And yes, you're right. You're right. There has been an exquisite amount of merch, especially for stuff back in the day, because they were trying everything, right? They were trying everything, and then whenever something had a success, they try to do, nearly everything that you could possibly ask for a franchise to do stuff where it was just like, hey, make XYZ of everything. Everything I say, everything. So, though the more I look, the more that this is slightly very Tim Burton-esque in its stuff, which is a thing. Did I play the original Wii? No, I did not. A-Nation First. I did not. This is the first time I've ever played this game, period. This like I played it last stream, of course, but this is my debut playthrough. Debut playthrough. But what if it's not? So, okay. Can I ask a question, genuinely? So, because I got a feeling I already know where the conversation of this goes. So I'm going to point it out and say, what if it's not? Okay. Then what do you propose it is? Are you suggesting that they could be working on a new Skylanders? Is that because what's the alternative? If you say, what if it's not Spyro? Okay. then genuinely, what do you think it is? You did it. Watch this. Let's open the table for discussion, and genuinely, I'm not being facetious, I'm genuinely asking. Open the table for discussion. What if it's not? Okay, so what do you think it is? Reminds me of Brave Little Toaster, yeah. Okay, I'm not seeing a response yet back about what the game is, so I don't know why. I'm genuinely opening a table for conversation. No response? Okay, no problem. So I don't know, maybe a new original project. No, it's not, because we've already confirmed that we already have it confirmed that it is a game from emerging franchises within the portfolio of emerging franchises. It's already been confirmed. It's been confirmed that it is a project that's already been established within Xbox. Outright confirmed. It's a project that Xbox owns. It is confirmed that it is not a brand new IP. That's been factually set up. I just finished the game that I see you playing, and I found my friend Speedy in the stream. Well, ain't that a fun thing? Ain't that something fun? A friend of Speedy is a friend of mine. How are you doing? This is actually my first time playing this game, like my debut playthrough. This is my second stream of it, but oh, hello. That was new. Oh, hello. So far, I am enjoying it. It is a great game. And boy, howdy, for free on PlayStation. Like, hello. Nick Joseph donated $1. I'm with you, man. It is Spyro. TFB is working everything you've shared in hints and teases. We've seen all the point to Spyro, nothing else. I'm absolutely convinced that there is a Spyro game in the works. Thank you, Nick Joseph. I appreciate that. And the thing is that here's the thing, is that this is not me trying to turn around and stomp things out, right? Okay, then maybe Blink's the Time Sweeper remake. Okay, so let's weigh the probability of that. Let's weigh the probability of that, okay? Toys for Bob, who ended their message with, so keep your horns on, right? The creative lead and co-studio head, who has explicitly in text and verbally said that Spyro deserves a new game, right? Has shown interest in Spyro having a new game. And we have it confirmed that they're working with emerging franchises, which is within Activision's portfolio, which isn't Blink's. Right? Like Like, this is where when you have confirmed information like this, right? And you say, oh, it could be this. Okay, but we have de facto evidence that says no. It's not that. Because if it's Blinks, why is Toys for Bob working with Activision? Why? What does Blinks have to do with Activision? Toys for Bob confirmed they're working with Activision and Xbox. The reason why they're working together is because Xbox owns Activision, but Activision has a portfolio of IP that's handled through Activision. As much as I want Spyro again, what would they really do with the IP this time around? We're going to find out. And we're going to find out. And I'm excited to find out. But the evidence stacks that it's Spyro in every way. In every shape of the matter. And people are upset because I've been speculating about it for a long time. And I can understand that. I can understand that vibe. I can understand of like, you know, we've been talking about it for so long. How do we know now? Right? And I get it. I get that feeling. And I can, trust me, I get it. If there's one person in this world that's disappointed about Spyro, if there ever was one person. Okay, you said Xbox franchises and Xbox owns Blinks. Yes. So why is Activision involved? It's Activision and Xbox, right? And Activision handles their portfolio of IP. But it gets licensed, but it's got to go through emerging franchises. If it's Blinks the cat, why is Activision involved? It doesn't make sense. Right? Like, you can only refine it down with process of elimination to a select few franchises. That's it. You can't, like, in this case, Skylanders would be more probable than Blinks. Much more probable. Because if you have Blinks, why is Activision involved? Do you think the sudden flux of YouTube's merch for Spyro and Spyro-related IPs might be hinting, or just them giving fans what they want? Same with us merch as a whole. I think the Cinder merch is very interesting. Because has there ever been an official licensed Spyro Cinder plush statue? I don't even know. Was it 2 plushies? I thought I read in passing it was 2 plushes. Again, I was sick and in the toilet when all that stuff came up. If my memory serves correct. It's very interesting that there's an official licensed Cinder now in terms of like a plushie, especially years later. It's 2 plushes for Valentine's. That is interesting. That is interesting. That is interesting. And I do want to look more into that. I do want to look deeper into that because that is something that is intriguing to me. So it could be, it might not. I don't know. But when you have confirmed facts, it's something that is already been made in the past. So it's an established IP already. It's a game that Toys for Bob is familiar with. That's been said, that it's something that they're very familiar with. They say, hold your horns, okay? They're working with Activision, okay? It only comes down to Crash or Spyro. That's it. That's all it comes down to. It's Crash and Spyro. That's it. And if you had to choose, when you say hold your horns, purple themes, gems. Well, you started a channel in 2007, you're an OG. Yes. Oh boy. And it hasn't always been Crash and Spiral, let me tell you that. It hasn't always been Crash and Spyro. It's been a lot of things. And then I finally settled into what I wanted to do. And I'm thrilled that I'm here. For years now, it's not amounted to anything. I don't know. I don't look too much in the merch anymore, personally. You see, Caroline is right, too. Caroline is right. Having said that, Caroline, I'll say this. And I'm not saying this is an argument. I'm not saying this is an argument. So let me be clear on that, because I want to throw 2 cents as well. When have you seen Carmelita Fox merch? We get in Sly merch, right? But has there been Carmelita Fox merch? Oh, I would love another Sly Cooper, man. Oh, I would love another Sly Cooper. And also, too, like, I had a meeting. Actually, it's on the channel if you want to check it out. I had a chat with Kevin Miller. Man, what a nice guy. What a nice guy. And even if beyond just having that selfishness of wanting a new Sly Cooper, I want a new Sly also for, even just for, like, Kevin Miller, right? Because I think that he would love, you know, he's such a good representative of, like, not the brand, yes, but, like, the character. And I think that, you know, one more, it's like, hey, one more kick at the can, one more good, hey, let's, we got Bentley and Murray plush. No Carmelita, would love one, though. My thought is, why would they do Cinder merch? Why would they approve it in the first place? Because actually, they did try to do. So you're mainly a Crash Spyro YouTuber. So yeah, my focus is on Crash and Spyro. Let's say that, but yeah, I get what you mean. But I'm just saying, I don't know. I'm still at merch, and I got 2 modes of prot that I gotta sort out. So I do mainly cover Crash and Spyro, but I also cover Sly Cooper, Jak and Daxter, Banjo-Kazooie, soon Astrobot, hopefully. Soon Astrobot, and more. But the core, like, if something drops for Crash and Spyro, I'm typically on it, right? When it comes to news, theories, and what have you. But we're not exclusively that. You know, if something else comes up, we start talking about that. Kingdom Hearts. So dealing with the copyright of Kingdom Hearts, as much as I want to cover it, Kingdom Hearts almost costed me my channel when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, because of all the copyright strikes and the audio claims and the Disney and dealing with Kingdom Hearts. For me, I don't have the patience to sit there and to skim all of my B-roll to make sure that none of it hits or triggers copyright or whatnot. And there are some people who are, and bless them, because that's very hard and extremely difficult to deal with. I don't want to deal with that. And I tried to do Kingdom Hearts, but trying to jump through the hoops of when I did it. Now maybe it's gotten better now. But I've had issues. And I've had videos claimed, and it's frustrating. I've had Let's Plays claimed. I've had intros, outros, cinematics. When I did the Kingdom Hearts 4 stream, boy, I have to quickly go into history, because I basically privatized, like, all of them, because it was kind of nutty. But real quick, but while I'm pulling that up real quick, just because I'm curious too, rewinding back to what Caroline said, I get what you're saying, and I knew you would say that. But yeah, I get what you mean, but I'm just saying, I don't know, I'm still on merch. I think it depends on who it comes from. That's where I think you're going to get different answers and different results. Because I've seen merch mean something, and I've seen merch mean nothing. I've seen merch mean something and mean nothing. And it's kind of yeah. So I did so I did 3 Kingdom Hearts. I did 3 Kingdom Hearts streams, and 2 of them were shut down. I did 3 Kingdom Hearts 1 streams. 2 of them got shut down. And ironically enough, all of my Kingdom Hearts 2 streams are fine. So my Kingdom Hearts 2 streams are fine. 2 of my Kingdom Hearts 1 streams are down, and 2 of my 3 Kingdom Hearts 3 streams are down. Yeah, see here. I can quickly pull it over and you can take a look, see, right? Right here, right? Ineligible, and blocked. Ineligible, so you can't even, I can't even monetize it. Like here, these are all the Kingdom Hearts lives that I've done. All of them have been blocked. Right? So it's a pain. And did I do any videos specifically on Kingdom Hearts? I know I did a Let's Play, but I don't know if I posted it on this channel or not. I did do a Let's Play a long time ago, and I unlisted it, but it did not get demonetized. So does it say why it's illegible? Let me see why it's illegible. It just says this video can't be monetized. Restrictions, copyright. See details. Yeah, so for Kingdom Hearts 3, when they did Let It Go, so Let It Go got copyright struck. Then part 1. So yeah, it's just, for me, it just got to the point where I was just like, I don't want to deal with, it was just like, I don't want to deal with it, right? That was just kind of my like, you know what? In my brain, it was just like, you know what? Not worth. But yeah, that's okay, Colin Entertainment. No problem. No problem. All good. Okay, so I need to figure out a way to be able to block those. Or is this a come back later type of situation? I'll check up here one more time, and if it just might be a come back later situation. But yeah, it's a matter of phone. I did do the phone. I did do the phone. Is there maybe? I'll go check over by the phone, and if I can't figure it out, we'll just move on to the next area. Little game you mentioned, I sub and shout out. Hey, thank you. I appreciate that. Thank you, Colin. Thank you. Thank you. And yes, shout out to Speedy. Speedy is great. been supporting for years, and great person. And going back, when it comes to merch is fickle, because it can mean everything and it can mean nothing. That's the unfortunate thing. The unfortunate thing is I do agree and disagree with Caroline, because in my opinion, merch can mean everything. It also can mean jack squat. Hi, my love. I mean, yeah, there's squeaks, but it's fine. No, it's okay. No, it's okay. I remember it's Mickey with a knife. Oh, so we are in a phone. So, the fun fact I was told by Speedy. So we are in the land where all the Disney reject stuff is. So, 512-349-033. Oh, I got it. So everything here is an old product by Disney that's been abandoned. Yeah, see? No, that's Nintendo. But you can see there's phones, there's old... Yeah, so there... You know what? It might be a phone, 512. So, yep. And this was a Mickey Mouse phone. Dial tone. Okay. 349. There's specific 3. 4. 9. What did I do? Yeah, games, comics, there's gas masks. Yep, and then there, yeah, because there's another. Why did that not work? 033. Because I know I was able to get that one cleared. So let me see if maybe I gotta just go over here. So you see here. Yeah, see, look, see? The Adventures of Mickey, right? And so this is called, what was it called? Yeah, Mickey Junk Mountain, where it's all the, yeah, it is. So how did you grow your channel to almost 100K subs and excited that you're still almost at 100K? What's my story? So my story was, enjoy the story. Yeah, the origin story, real quick. All right, I love you, my sweet. So basically, the origin story was I was an animation editor, and I was working in an animation studio. I got into video editing. I love video editing. That was my favorite thing to do. I would video edit like a madman. I would video edit anyone's stuff. I went to college for it, and then before I even graduated college, I got hired at a small animation studio to be an animation editor, which is like you're doing Leica reels and you're kind of doing storyboards, and I was hired there. And I always dabbled with YouTube. I always liked YouTube, and I've always had or okay. Like I was a League of Legends channel at one point. I was trying different things, and some videos would hit, other videos would fail, and I just didn't really know how to I couldn't figure out what I wanted to do. And then I got laid off from my job for the first time, and that's when I realized that the industry, when it comes to video editing and stuff, it's very hard to find a spot where you can actually plant your roots and actually work. So, unfortunately, I found out that I got let go, and I got laid off, and I was on unemployment, and I got real depressed, and I got real sad, because I thought, this is it, this is over. And what I had done was, before I got laid off, I had set aside, I had pre-ordered Crash Bandicoot, and Crash came out literally around the time I got laid off. So I was using Crash as a means of kind of feeling, trying to make myself feel better. So I'm playing Crash Insane, and I'm loving it, and something hits my brain that goes, man, could you imagine if this happened to Spyro? So I went online, and I looked it up, and that's when I found about First Four Figures bringing a Spyro, teasing a Spyro poster. And what went through my brain was, I wonder if there's any evidence of Spyro. So I did a little bit of hunting. I did some surface level hunting, and I put together a video that was, is this evidence of Spyro's return? And I remember it was a way for me to be able to edit something together without me feeling sad and sorry for myself. And I made the video and I posted it, and I remember looking, and I still remember to this day, I went to bed and it had 12 views, and I felt defeated. I was like, well, whatever. So I went to bed. I woke up the next day and I looked and I saw I had 123 views. And I was kind of like, okay, that's weird. And then after a week, it had 1,000 views. And there was like 15, 17 comments of people saying, oh, wow, this is interesting. And some people even disagreeing or whatever. And then I was reached out to by a friend of mine who had kind of started like a grassroots build of Spyro fans. His name was Mechanizer. And he and a few friends had come together, and they're like, hey, you got to hop on this thing called Discord. And I was like, nah, I don't want to go on that. Or in Twitter, nah, I don't want to go on that either. And so it made me feel inspired to do a part 2. And I did a part 2. And that got more of a reaction. And so then I started experimenting, and I was then re-evaluating, getting back into Spyro lore and getting back into Spyro stuff. And then I started to make Spyro videos, because it was me revisiting a childhood classic that I loved, and I genuinely loved, and I had put away because, long story short, my brother had passed away back in 2010, and all the game systems were in his room, and when I would play, he was disabled and autistic, and because of that, he would stim and make sounds and stuff, and it was something that I just blanked out on and didn't realize. And then whenever I tried to play those games again, it just reminded me of him, and I just put them away. But at this point, it had been 5, 6 years, maybe 7, since he had passed away. And so it would have been 7 years. It would have been 7 years since he had passed away. And I started to pick it back up again, and I realized, hey, you know what? I can handle this now, and I can deal with it. And so I used it as a means for me to keep my editing sharp, but also to refine my childhood. And people started to join on, and people started to subscribe, and people started to build, and we just kind of was a community and coming to build together. And then we organized something called Spyro Community Day, and it was the first time that I actually live streamed. And I remember we had like 27 viewers, and we had a great time. We had a fantastic time. And so I just kept building and building, and we kept, the Spyro conspiracy theorists. And we made the conspiracy that Spyro was going to be coming back as a remake. And we talked about it, and we talked about it, and we kept talking about it, and we kept talking about it. And we were like, we think it's going to happen. Here's the reasons. Here's why. We were right about some things, wrong about something, wrong about like we were figuring out what meant what and why, and the meanings and definitions of things. And eventually, I then got called back to my work. And I was like, okay, I gotta go back to work. So do I stop this YouTube thing? And at this point, I was like, I got a couple thousand subscribers, and we got a community, and I don't want to get rid of that. But I also thought to myself, hey, if they let you off once, they'll let you go again. So I said, okay. So I went back to work, but I put my nose back to the grindstone. And what I would do is that I would work at the animation. At lunch, when I took my hour off, I would work on my YouTube stuff, and then sneak some of my YouTube stuff when there was, a low day. And eventually, I remember in April 2018, it was revealed that the Spyro Reignited trilogy was a thing. And, if you ever watch Brooklyn Nine-Nine, the chief going, vindication! So it felt like we were like vindicated. Like, yes, we were right. And so then it became covering news about Spyro and reviewing it. And because I had done so much content about Spyro already, people were like, hey, this is the, it's like, hey, this is the nut job that sat here and said that, Spyro was coming back, and it came back. And then I got a little bit more of, not notoriety, but I also, before the game came out, I said, hey, I think Toys for Bob's going to make it. And at the time, Toys for Bob, I would say in the Spyro community, was generally seen as, because of them making Skylanders. And I remember that it wasn't the most popular opinion. And when it came out that it was Toys for Bob, people were like, oh my gosh, he was right once again. And so I started to make predictions, and I started to use detective skills and all of these different things to try to figure out different things. And I've learned over the years. And then after Spyro was done, naturally I floated towards Crash, because I was playing Crash Insane, and that's what led me to start talking about Spyro Reignited. And then, as you would know, Happy New Year. That's okay, Sam Mister. I appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you, Sam Mister. It's very kind of you. And so then I went over to start to talk about Crash, and then lo and behold, CTR came out. And so I started talking about CTR, and it was doing okay in terms of performances, but I will tell you the accelerant that hit the channel. So when I finished my Spyro coverage, once the game was out, my guides were out, and everything was done, I was sitting at about 10,000 views. Or 10,000 subscribers. Now, before that, before Spyro came out, I saw all the signs at my job that I was going to get laid off again. I knew it. I saw it. And then my wife got pregnant. My wife was pregnant, and we were trying to move into a place, and there was a lot of issues. If things were on time, we would have been moved in when she was 6 months pregnant, but there was a big delay, and we moved in the day after my son was born. So literally, we were moving in while we had a newborn baby, and I got laid off. 2 weeks before my son was due. And they knew that my wife was due, because my wife had worked up the street and would come and work way at my place to have me finish work so we could drive home together and carpool. So they knew that my wife was pregnant, very pregnant, and 2 weeks before David was due, they laid me off again. And it was unpopular. I remember that. I remember there was a bunch of people that were like, this guy's got a kid coming in like 2 weeks, right? And you just laid him off. And I made a video saying, hey, I got laid off again. And I kind of stepped back, and with 10,000 subscribers, I was like, can I make it full time? And 99 times out of 100, I would say don't do that. 99 times out of 100, I would say don't do that. Having said that, I put my faith in God, and I said, okay, and I did the leap of faith, because I had no choice. I genuinely, because they laid me off, and we had just moved, and the situation called for, hey, the situation kind of called for like, hey, your wife can't work, everything around you doesn't pay enough right now, and the job that did pay you enough just laid you off, and anything that's specialized in your field, you have to travel 2-3 hours out of the way to get to, and you need money now, and you need to do things now. So I took a leap of faith. What else can I do? And I did that, and it was sink or swim. And like I said, 99 times out of 100, I would say don't ever do what I did. But 1 out of 100, you could make it. And were you making any money on YouTube at that point? I was, but not a lot. I was not making a lot. I was making $200-$300 a month, right? While Canadian. And but I was only releasing a video every 2 weeks, right? And streaming like once a week, maybe, right? For a few hours. And I said, what if I released 2-3 videos a week and streamed twice a week? and do special events and do this and do that? What if I put both feet in the water? And I went for it. And it was sink or swim. So Spyro came out, and everybody, not everybody, but there was definitely an inevitable, a lot of people that were looking at me like, okay, Spyro's out. What are you going to do now? And again, everyone's saying like, what are you going to do when Spyro is out? So yeah. Remember, Colmer, watch the language. Just watch the language. What you're saying is kind. Just watch the language. Just because we try to keep it family friendly. We try to keep it family friendly. That's all. So that's okay. So anyway, but yeah, no. And then, luckily for me, CTR came out, right? And CTR, of course, you transition to that, and we transitioned to CTR because I enjoyed CTR. I enjoyed CTR when I played. I wasn't big into CTR. I wasn't big into CTR, but I was like, you know what? I want to get into it, and I got into it, and I loved it. And I actually was initially against a CTR being remake because I thought there was too many remakes, but then it turned out to not really be a remake. It was like, yes, there was a remake, but there was so much more added that it felt like it was more than just that. But anywho, but I'll tell you the accelerant that Spyro built the foundation of the channel. But I'll tell you the accelerant that blew the channel up, and I can tell you exactly what it was, and it was CTR. And I can tell you the exact reason, the exact moment. So as everyone would know, CTR isn't just your regular Mario Kart game. There's, there's mechanics to it. There is mechanics, right? And I got the opportunity because of my coverage on Spyro. I said I'm going to PAX, and all of a sudden I was told, hey, CTR is going to be at PAX, like with the playable demo. Do you want to do like a private session to be able to record some in-game gameplay? And I was like, oh, heck yeah, do I want to? Yes, I do. But what I did was I knew that, okay, I need to be able to practice. So I would stream and I would practice, and I was practicing CTR, right? I was practicing, I was playing, using the power slide, whatever. So I go to PAX East, and this would have been PAX East 2019. I go to PAX East, I go to the hotel with me and my buddy and Jordan Fringe at the time. We go up, we go in, and we start recording, and we hit go, and immediately we start racing. And I remember remembering, I know the mechanics, I know how this works because I practice. All the journalists had no idea what they were doing. Every journalist did not know how to do the power slide mechanic. Every journalist did not understand how to do the tricks and stuff to be able to maintain. They had no idea. And they were driving like it was Mario Kart, like me. And, that was it. And CTR, it's more than that. So I'm recording and I'm ripping through, and I did pretty darn good. And I was able to record that. And so I remember getting told, oh yeah, the embargo on this footage is up. You can post it. So I go to sign online and I go to look at other people's gameplay, and everything is getting downvoted. This gameplay sucks! Who is this guy? Who's doing this? And they're IGN's posting their stuff. Everyone's posting their stuff of the first exclusive gameplay of CTR, and everyone's gameplay is butt. I mean, definitive booty. It was terrible. And so now I look at my old gameplay and I think it's terrible. But for the time, I uploaded my gameplay and it took off. But my gameplay at the time of when I posted, and this is not a flex, this is not a pompous thing. And I'm not even saying I'm the best CTR player ever, because I am not. I am far from it. But because I did my research before I went and played the demo, knowing, and the plenty, if not all of the reporters didn't, I was the only people, one of the only people that knew how to play the game. And the gameplay that I showed was me actually using the mechanics, and the most rated comments, and because of that, people were referring my gameplay saying, hey, if you want to see actual decent gameplay of this game, go check out this. And it was my gameplay. And that was what was the accelerant on the fuel that blew the channel up, right? And I remember it was Sewer Speedway. And I'll even show you, because this isn't even like an exaggeration. We'll pull it up here real quick, right? Not even an exaggeration here. So here's the gameplay here. All right. I mean, it's like, listen, the thing is that now you look at this and you think, wow, this is terrible, right? Like, I look at this now and I think, oh man, I could play this way better now. But you have to think, at the time, this was, and also, by the way, if anyone didn't know, this was the first time that I was playing, this is the first track that they threw me on. And I was like, okay, so what you're seeing is my first 30 seconds of ever playing CTR in the history of ever, right? Go down here, right? And here, look at the top, one of the top rated comment. Thank you for being the first person on the entire internet who knows how to play the game. Shout out to Lonely Goomba, by the way. He's dope, right? And that, here we go. That's you playing, right? Finally someone who arrives first, right? And thank you for showing us decent gameplay, and with Dingo Dial too. But that 3 clocks, right? Right? They almost fixed everything for the previous demo, right? Hey, look! Someone knows how to play the game! Great job, dude! Right? Finally, somebody that knows how to play. And finally, a professional behind the controller. It's been a cringy morning watching certain media outlets play this game, claiming it's the Dark Souls of the genre. 371 likes. Right? And it was finally some good gameplay. Thank you. Right? And so it's great to see some actual gameplay. Don't know how I feel about the first place mask though. Right? So it's and also too, the other thing that I clocked, I'll say this last thing, was I knew that they had changed Dingo Dial and they added the tail. And I knew that people would want to see that. So I picked Dingo Dial, even though I love Dingo Dial. I mean, it's not hard for you to convince me to play Dingo Dial. I mean, come on, it's Dingo Dial. But I knew in my brain, in my heart of hearts, that people are going to want to see that Dingo Dial now has a tail, so I'm going to pick him for this race. So, right? And so that was, and he was like crashing in, and he sounded like those angry car salesman commercials. Yeah, no, it was, yeah, no, it's, but yeah, that, and these sets of videos, I mean, and also you can see here, 224,000 views, right? That was, and that was even my most popular one, right? That was even my most popular one. So, we got a Streamlabs donation from, if you can load, please load, please load. Why are you? Rennie Johnson, thank you. And then it reloads. Hold on. We got Rennie Johnson donating $10 to Streamlabs. Thank you so much for the support. Have a great weekend. We all love your streams and content. Can't wait to see them finally reveal a new spiral sometime this year. Too many bugs in the Lost Feet skateboarding. The worst is trying to get the skill point because the bug is making me move slower. Yeah, that one can be spicy. And so then, of course, CTR took off. Yeah, thank you, Calmer. I appreciate that. So I know long-winded story, but that was what essentially blew up the channel, and the rest is history, you know. And I continue to do investigative journalism skills. I try, and I try to do a lot of deductive reasoning for a lot of my theory videos and stuff that makes sense. It's not just blind theory. It's like, okay, here's why I think this, and let me back it up. And I guess it resonates with a lot of people. It resonates with a lot of people. And here we are, still going. Yep. And every time it's when Crash 4 is done, he's gonna be done. There's no such thing as Wumpa League. And then see, Wumpa League was a bust. Now he's really gonna fail. Still here, guys. And spoiler alert for the video that comes out next. I plan to be sticking around for just a little bit longer. Just saying. I don't think that I'm going to be out of work, we'll say, for a bit. Just saying. Just saying, because if things go the way that I'm thinking is gonna go, boy howdy, 2026 is gonna be a great year for the channel. If things are going the way that I think they're gonna go, 2026. Yes, I still only do YouTube full time. I do have like side projects that I do outside of YouTube, because sometimes YouTube turns around and punches me in the gonads, because that happens, and you gotta supplement for that. But yes, YouTube is my full-time job, right? So that's why when it still bothers me that at one point there was someone that used to complain about me flipping out whenever someone donates, but that's because I know I don't take this for granted, right? At any moment, one bad algorithm change, one bad cancellation of a project, and my channel is toast, right? And you know what the thing is that I don't take it for granted. I don't take it for granted. I don't take it for granted. And I am nobody without my viewers, without my supporters, whether it's tuning in for streams, whether it's donating time or money, or whatever it is, I am nobody without them, right? And, I deeply appreciate all the supports. I appreciate that, Calmer. Thank you. And when we hit 100K, it is going to be an emotional moment. And, spoiler alert for everybody involved. And everyone's like, oh, I don't want to see a man cry. You're going to see a man cry. You're going to see a man ugly cry. That is Hopper, the simplest form of beetle works I was telling you about. Oh, hi. Thinner can remove their protective shells, but it does no damage. You'll have to clobber them up close. Unlike Blotwings, paint will not make these things have a change of heart. Okay, good to know. No, we are family. We are family. We are one. Yes. And I am so excited. Yeah, I mean, yes, there also might be tears because I'll be, playing, Enter the Dragonflight for 12 hours. There also might be tears of that because I'm going to be somehow going to try to not open the package that I get from YouTube for the 100K subs until I finish 12 hours Enter the Dragonfly. So most of us are 2020 trauma bond. I mean, yes, family. Yes, we're just 2020 was a thing. That was a thing. We also have fun breaking the Canadian with jokes or other methods. Yes. But you know what? I love when my family breaks me. Sometimes it's the highlight of my week. Whether it be jokes, donations, or other means. And yeah, that is the goal, by the way. when we hit 100,000 subscribers, I have to do a 12-hour live stream of Enter the Dragonfly, which everybody knows. Have you ever tried Disney's Illusion Island? I have not. But that's the kind of, I don't want to say the like the 4-player co-op, right? Like that Spyro stream when someone, man, that was bananas. That was bananas. Still is bananas. And that was incredible. I don't know if they've come back since then. That's what's also crazy too, is that I haven't seen them come back in I don't know how long. I don't know what happened. But boy howdy. They showed up and were like, here you go. And I was like, duh. Refilled the bar, and then what happened? They turned around and they filled it again for kicks and giggles. And I was dead inside. Like, you know, whenever that happens, like y'all don't know. When that stuff happens... That was Electronian. Yeah, that was Electronian. I remember the name. I remember his name was Electronian. I try to remember. I try my best to remember names. I try my best, and you know, as genuinely as I do get older and more fills my mind, it gets harder for me to remember names. But I try my best. I try my darndest to remember everybody's names, and I'm not the best at it, but I try. No, that's a good thing. When awake, they're very excitable and will literally explode when agitated. And believe me, you'd agitate them. Luckily, they can't move at all. Can I make them friend? Let's see what happens. See? Friend. There we go. So we love and appreciate the... Yes. Yes, we love you all, lurkers and everyone. Your love and support are always loved and appreciated. More. Join the house of mouse. There's a paint and thinner standard equipment can be filled with either paint or thinner, but never both at the same time. There we go. So, is it 11 o'clock already? Boy, howdy! Would you look at the time? Jeez, I did not expect it for. I mean, time flies when you're having a good time. Why did someone bring a hammer and chisel to when meeting someone new to break the ice? That's good. That's good. I've heard it. It's classic. All right. So, ladies and gents, if you guys got any more, we are now going to our questions and rants phase where you have questions and I will rant about them. So let me set up a timer real quick. But yeah, back to, you know, you guys don't realize, like, after those streams, like, you know, like those streams when that stuff happens, y'all don't realize I sit at my desk for like 10-15 minutes just to try to compose myself because of just how not distraught, but just how you know, amazed, right? I sit there and I'm just blown away and amazed. Question: what part of the body dies last? Is this a joke or a question? The pupils, they dilate. They dilate. That's funny. Dilate. Whew. Will you ever play Escape from Ever After for a stream? Sponsored perhaps, since you guys got contacted by it. Escape by I don't think they've contacted me. I don't think they have. Have they? No, I don't think so. I mean, can I make a wish at 11:11? Okay, I have my wish. I have my wish, but I won't say it. What's the most you ever pushed yourself forward when it comes to making speculation videos? So there's different reasons. Yeah, the Daxter stop mode. Oh yeah, how could I forget it? So there's always different reasons for pushing yourself forward for some of these videos. And if you want to specify the speculation videos, there's always different reasons. Sometimes there's a reason that you're pushing yourself because you know there's a deadline and there's a lot of information that you have to talk about and you have to execute. And for you to execute the video that you want it to be the way that you want it, you kind of have to push yourself. So there's that. There's sometimes there's can I check my DMs for a quick moment? Certainly. Actually, and I do want to double check because I did see it earlier. I want to give a shout out and a big, because I saw it earlier and I wasn't 100% sure. I was like, is it? But I just got confirmed to me now, so I'm going to reaffirm that. I want to say a big, beautiful, happy birthday to Newt. Been a moderator for the channel for years. I think Newt's been here for nearly every stream. I don't know if they sleep. I don't know. Because sometimes I'm like, hey, I'm going to stream at this time. Who can make it? And Newt is typically first one. I'm in. So genuinely shout out. Happy birthday, Newt. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. I appreciate you always helping out, not just in the Discord, but in streams and everywhere in between. You are amazing. You are great. Happy birthday. And I hope that the day is great. I hope that it's fun. I hope that if it's the end of the day, because I don't know, because being in upside downy timeland, I don't know if it was yesterday, tomorrow, today, at the moment, it's morning, night. But if the day was great or going to be great, I hope in retrospect or in future that it's fantastic. It's 2 p.m. Okay. So I hope the rest of the day is amazing. Happy birthday, Newt. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for all the help. And to rewind back to the question, yeah, it is. Certain videos require pushes for different reasons, but I'm trying to think of, there's a few. There was a few videos for Crash 4 speculation that was real trying, like, you know, pulling at my teeth. There was a few Crash 4 videos that were rough. I'll tell you this. The worst speculation videos are when I'm this close from it meaning something. When I'm this close. Those are the worst. Because there's such thing as logic gaps, right? There's such things as thank you, Speedy. I appreciate that. Take care. So what was I saying now? The worst are when the speculation videos where I will find something that I am 90% sure or 95% sure that means something. Whether it be I was told, low-key told, that it means something. Whether it's I know it means something for a fact because of collective information, both secretive, public, etc. Or I know it means something big, but I can't quite fit it right. And I'm this close for closing the gap, and I can't. That, take a hot screw and put it right into my temple. It drives me bananas. Because when you're this close, when it's right there for revealing something, and you can taste it, and you know that if you can close that gap, you are going to make a point that will be nearly irrefutable, nearly unstoppable, nearly like you cannot argue this. It is this, whether you like it or not, it is that. And you can't do it. And sometimes that's all it takes for you to be wrong. And that's it. And because that's all it takes for you to be wrong, you can't say with certainty. You can't do it, and you can't pull the trigger. And that is like sand in my eyes. It's one thing where I find something that I think means something, but the logic gap is this far. And I'm like, you know what? We're not there yet. I can't close that gap yet. And that's okay. That's okay. Right? That's okay. It's fine. It's this far. It's fine. Okay? Here, fine. Okay. Here, okay. Getting a little agitating because we're right there. We're getting close. It's there, but, maybe we'll look into it. Here, okay, we're really... And then when you get to here and you can't go here. Those are the worst speculation videos because you need to... Sometimes to get from here to here is 12 hours of research. From here to here could be 4 hours, maybe 2 hours. 2 hours of research from here to here. And then from here to here could be an hour. And then from here to here could be 12 plus 24 hours of research trying to connect dots and trying to see what works and what logic makes sense and how you can get there and how you can explain it and how you can get... And sometimes, like I said, it's so agitating. Iron Galaxy is on the Crash website, probably for the PC port of Insane. That is correct. However, Hardsuit Labs aren't listed despite doing the PC port for 4. Right. Do you think this is an oversight or something more? I do think it's something more, but I think that evidence is crumpets in comparison to the evidence I'm going to be dropping that it is going to be this Iron Galaxy thing, it's something, but it's small in comparison to what I'm bringing to the table. So let me tell you something. Next week, either it's Tuesday. It might be Tuesday, might be Wednesday. I don't think it'll be Monday unless something hits me. If something hit me, right, tomorrow, with this video. If I can hit the matrix zone uninterrupted and just enter a flow state, maybe Monday. Maybe Monday. If you could make anything you wanted, what Spiral merch would you like to see officially? Ooh, that's a great question. That's a fantastic question. Give me a Spiral PlayStation 5 and or controller. Give me a console that is branded and designed for Spyro in mind. A controller done like a Crystal Dragon, or I would want two, play with one and store the other. Make a wish. Okay. All right. I made my wish. I made my wish. I hope it comes true. I hope it comes true. Just give kids purple markers and PS5 faceplate. That's true too. That's true too. Okay, we got a few more minutes left. A few more minutes. If you guys got any other questions, take care, Elena. Thank you so much for stopping by and supporting, as always. The donation of the night goes to Elena. Digital Fall. I watched season 1. I haven't watched season 2 yet. I haven't watched season 2 yet, though I want to. A new Horizon game got stealth announced today. What? I still gotta finish 2. Oh, it's the co-op action game. That's right. Yeah. Let me take a quick look-see. Okay, so it's definitely not a mainline. Oh, is this... Did they literally just, like... It's Monster Hunter. It's Horizon Monster Hunter. And or Dauntless. Looks more like Dauntless to me, but yeah. I'm just looking at it here. Yeah, it's now is it a free to play? Is it a like what is it? That's what I'm wondering. Is it free to play? Yeah, easy win, yeah. All right, ladies and gentlemen. That is all the time that I have for tonight. We'll be back tomorrow with not uh Micky, but something else. But we'll be back tomorrow at 7:30, and yeah, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate it, everybody. So we'll be back tomorrow, and I'm gonna be hard at work on that video because that video is going to be sick. That video is going to be so good, and I cannot wait to share it all with you. I cannot wait to share it with you guys. So, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video and our live stream. Time for the countdown. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bye.